Shorten that thing, man.
All right. Hey, what's going on, folks? This is a Working Title Sports Show for the week. We're gonna keep it short and sweet today. We ain't gonna really be over long because we're talking
Foosball.
football. But I have to put this out here, and Dee's gonna laugh at this. Breaking news. Assistant coach for the Maryland Terps basketball team has been suspended for seeking services from a prostitute who was ultimately revealed to be an undercover police officer. Assistant coach Bruce Shingler, 40, was arrested after arranging a meeting with an online contact on a dating site who offered sex at a modest $80.
So let me get. So here's my problem. Here's my problem. It ain't the fact that the man got solicited a prostitute. Look. Look. We all
Things,
done things. We all done things. We all done things.
yeah,
D, have
yeah.
you done it? No, I have not. But we
I
have
mean,
all done
technically, you
things.
take a chick on a date and you have sex with her. It's kind of sort of the same, but not
Not the
really.
same thing, Chris. Come on, now, not the same thing.
Okay, fair,
It's
fair,
not the
fair,
same thing.
fair.
Look, it's like
But
this.
do what
It's
you
like
want.
this.
It's consensual
It's like this.
adults
Oh,
organizing
really,
that.
really, Chris? Like, if it's the same thing, break out a credit card right after sex.
But either which way, consensual sex between adults,
Hey, which way?
clearly.
Hey, which way the ATM at?
But clearly, $80 consensual sex between adults.
I just want to know when he went. Did Danny Manny go? I know where you was at last night.
My thing is this. There are better things for the police to there's
Yo,
better things for the police to bust than prostitution. I'm sorry, like I don't understand
prostitution.
this. I don't get this. If it's solicitation between two consenting adults, why are we busting this?
Because it's still a matter of morality. It's still a matter of you being a public figure and ordering a hooker.
Well,
See,
he went to
here's
her
the thing.
motel, sir.
Here's the thing, Chris. Anytime hookers are involved, it don't matter. Now, if you are the face of a company, a politician, or a politician, all that, then getting a hooker takes a whole other connotation.
Or if you're a Robert Kraft getting a handy in a massage parlor from a
Now,
prostitute.
see, the only reason why Robert Kraft got off on that, no pun intended, was because Robert Kraft is clearly part of the 1%. This is an
This is
assistant
true.
coach.
This is
This
true.
is an assistant coach for the Maryland Terrapins in the Big Ten. Nigga at max 200,000 is
Yeah,
what you get a year.
lower end of the six-figure
At
mark.
the max, that's what you.
He
That's
he
the
li- he
max. That's what
lives
I'm thinking you get.
he lives in Potomac, Maryland. So that's the most you're gonna get.
Don't you dare do that. That motherfucker lives right there in College Park. No, don't even do that to him. You know that nigga right there
I
in
don't
New
know, man.
Carroll. You know
Why
he lived right there in New Carrollton.
I don't know.
It's a decent house. It's a decent house.
Juan Dixon is coaches Morgan State's basketball team, and he's living in Potomac. So
For now.
for now, well, yeah,
You
for
think
now.
you think unless he bought that house off in Potomac, nigga,
Well,
those
him
are,
and his wife clearly,
like I said, those are $1 million homes in Washington D.C.
which I'm
Come
assuming
on now.
he probably got it when he was in the NBA with his wife. So that makes sense.
I hope he did. I hope he did. You know what I mean? But I hope he did because if we're gonna stick it to football, let keep it to football. Let's just be real. We just saw Antonio Brown made himself a candidate for 30 for 30. He really did.
Talk about
This
fumbling the
dude,
bag.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Whew.
My problem was from the very beginning, he ain't hurt. I told y'all he ain't hurt.
He tried to throw
I
Bruce
know AB.
Arians
He's
under.
not hurt.
No, you said it best though. If he was hurt, why is he doing jumping jacks and running off the field with his shirt off?
And also, why like
Why is he at a game between Toronto and the Grizzlies? What the hell's going on there?
here's it's not even that though. The part that gets me is the fact that you got mad because I didn't get my incentives. You hurt, remember? You're hurt, remember?
No, if somebody didn't have a
You're
fake
hurt.
if you didn't have a fake vaccination card, you probably would have hit your goal there, buddy.
I'm sorry, how many games was that you was going? 2 games? 3 games. Oh, it was 3 games. That's on you.
Thank you.
That is
Thank
like
you.
purely on you, dude. I'm reason why I said he made himself a candidate for 30 for 30, just real talk. I feel that he is either going to be he's going to go to jail for something or he's going to lose all of his money. I really mean,
Mm.
and I hate to say that about a brother, I really do. But the way he's going, you're going to get arrested or you're about to lose every
Tried
red
to
cent.
throw Bruce Arians under the bus, and here's the thing.
Why did he try to throw Tom Brady in the bus? Look, let's just keep it real. Keep it a buck. Yeah, fuck the coach. Tom Brady was the whole reason you were there.
And with the Patriots, Tom Brady went to bat for his ass twice. Bear in mind,
The best quarterback in the last 2 decades backed you up.
Bear in mind, Tampa Bay did not want Antonio Brown, and Brady had to bend over backwards backing him just to get him there. Bruce Arians didn't want him. The ownership didn't fucking want him. And Brady was like, all right.
Arians really didn't want him.
Fuck no.
Just real talk. Like, he been around the block. No. I ain't having that in my locker room. Come on, we can do it. We won a Super Bowl. Tom Brady.
Tom.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same.
All right, Tom. I guess you know best for now.
Man, I don't know why Bill went for this shit, but I'm gonna trust you. That's the way it felt. And what you end up having was just, why do you got this dysfunctional nigga on your team? And you know what was so sad? We all thought it was working. We all thought. I don't know one person that at this whole time was like, man, he fucked that up.
Until that vaccination card thing came up, it went downhill after that.
He was home free. Until somebody decided to snitch on his ass.
No, it wasn't even that.
He snitched on himself.
No. What happened was, the chick. Here's how wild online has been. The chick that was making the vaccination cards had put out a TikTok video. I don't know why the fuck she did that dumb shit, but white women do that shit. Mm-hmm. And what happened was, when she got caught, she did what most white women do, which is basically say, oh, I'm putting cases on everybody if I gotta go down. And she brought up there were some NFL players. She didn't say names, but you could probably, put 2 and 2 together on it. And that's how Brown and a couple of other players got caught up. So, yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, you know what?
Vaccine was free, guys.
I'm gonna be real with you on that one. If you didn't want to take the vaccine and all the rest of that, look,
could just went through protocols and nobody would have tripped.
Exactly. We're not here to debate
Carson Wentz did
the vaccine or not. Exactly. We're not even debating that. There's been proof of people unvaxxed and vaxxed playing this game and being cool with the shit. The problem I had was this. If you know there was going to be official cards and all the rest of that shit, did you not think to yourself, these niggas might vet this shit?
Like, dude, you know how I would be pissed.
Like, I would look now and say, see, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers getting caught. Okay, Aaron thought he can get away with it. Aaron really thought he can get away with it. Because he said
the magic word, D, immunized, and everybody just like, all right, he's good. Never mind the fact that immunized is not being just got the goddamn vaccine, but we just let it go.
It looks like this, man. The thing that kills me is, and every time this motherfucker goes on McAfee's show, I don't know if Pat is for. I don't know what Pat is for. Pat just because
Pat's trolling. He is clearly trolling.
Pat is clearly, everybody be safe. Do it your own way. If you gotta do this, do that. If you're going to take the vaccine, get the vaccine.
Pat just has him on there just for comedy.
He comes out there and says, "Oh, Dr. Joe Rogan." Dude, and what kills me about it is today. It came out today. If nobody got the news about it, today it came out that Spotify is getting bombarded by a lot of people to say, "Hey, get this motherfucker."
Oh, dude, because Joe Rogan this week tried to argue down to this person that was like an expert. He was like, Rogan, that's not true. No, bring it up on the computer. And they come to find out, it's like, oh, the doctor was right. I'm like, no shit, how do you bring a guy that's an expert on your show and try to say that it's not true?
Y'all gotta stop. We have to stop. And this goes into football players, baseball, sports players especially. We have to stop getting dumb guy kings. Joe Rogan, and real talk, I'll be real with you. He's one of the better dumb guy kings that we had in the last few decades.
Oh, you put him in UFC Joe Rogan put him in UFC commentating, he is gold.
You want to know truth? You want to know truth? His last 2 comedy specials, very good. Yeah, very good. Funny. I'm shocked at how much I was laughing at his last one. Like, I was cracking up. Past that? No, yo, Joe, shut the fuck up. Interview Neil deGrasse Tyson again, nigga. I want to hear.
Just gonna let Neil deGrasse Tyson just talk
Hey
the whole
man, talk
time,
to
which I'm fine with.
like he had, like I said, Joe has all these wonderful interviews with these bright people that he respectively shuts the fuck up and just listens in on them. But then with the stuff that he thinks he know everything about, I'm sorry, unless it's two niggas in a cage punching each other in the fucking face, no. Joe, stop talking.
Oh man,
Stop talking. If
yo
if you
yo.
want to give everybody stand-up tips, I would love to hear that. I'm pretty sure he gave that quite a few times,
Uh,
but you
I,
know what
I
I mean.
I still laugh at how he tried to like real quick. He tried to like try to be all like rational about the Capitol shit on January 6th. I'm like, nah, nigga, don't do that.
Oh my god,
Don't do
man.
it. Don't do it.
Don't
But
do
anyway,
it.
yeah. But anyways, it's like
All I got to say is this for everybody: we're not talking wrestling this week. Oh, we're loading up because the Royal Rumble's coming up, and not only that, AEW is acting stupid. WWE is doing a lot of questionable, stupid shit again, and for whatever reason, and I'm gonna keep this one brief, very brief. Major League Wrestling really thought it has the case to take down Vince McMahon. It's an antitrust. They're suing WWE.
you ain't gonna win that, buddy.
Let me put it to you this way, nigga. If you even did have a case, you'll still lose. That's all I'm gonna say. We can keep it in football this
Also,
week, man.
also,
That was just wow.
I need people to stop listening to fucking Meltzer. I'm just saying.
What happened to Meltzer today is one of those things where, hey, Meltzer, you could have got away with that if you were somebody else.
Nah, you put that shit behind a fucking
why?
paywall and you
Why the
think I'm gonna
fuck?
fucking buy it? Nah, bro.
Why the fuck Meltzer just thinks he can say these borderline racist things and nobody takes it as borderline racist?
I'm like, nah, bro. But like,
I feel bad. Look, a part of me feel bad for Dave because Dave think, yeah, man, I killed it. Everybody likes that joke. Who wakes up the next day? What the fuck?
it's like I'm getting ratio like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I got plenty of black friends. Mark Henry,
Our truth, maybe. I don't know.
D'Lo Brown. I think of I got Iceman, Iceman Parsons. Wait a minute, is he dead?
New Jack, I think.
New Jack on that. No, he wasn't. No, I know for a fact. Mustafa. That'd be funny if Dave Meltzer still talks to Mustafa. That is hilarious to me.
But anyways,
Anyway.
but D, Georgia broke the curse. They took down Urban Meyer in Alabama.
You know what? Much like Max Verstappen beating Lewis Hamilton, shenanigans.
Was it shenanigans? Was it shenanigans?
No. Georgia did what they should have done the last two times they were in the same position. Put the foot on the throat. Don't let go. Keep going. Georgia has had this problem, in my opinion, the last
time they met up,
a little bit longer than that. It's like I would say about the last few times when it came down to the SEC championship being between those two. Georgia will always either like, yeah, we showed up, and then when the national game comes, when the playoff game comes, you know what I'm saying? It's either, but what really kills me is that, like I said, Georgia just never really won when it really fucking mattered. Good for them. Good for them. Because I thought they had no chance in this game.
Oh, when it looked like Alabama was going to fucking tie that shit up, and old boy got hit when he threw that ball, and it was intercepted. I was like, oh, well, thank you.
I gotta give it up. The Dogs' defense showed the fuck up, and I didn't think that was see. And forgive this for me because like I said, I don't like Georgia, so I didn't watch a lot of their football. I greatly underestimated their defense. They were the main reason why I think Alabama didn't show up that night, man. So
but
I gotta give it up to Georgia. I hate it because Georgia winning doesn't make any sense.
I mean, but
Georgia team winning does not make no sense to me.
But I appreciate Urban, like when they were doing the press conference. Clearly the two players, his quarterback and stuff, were feeling a little disheartened because they lost. And he's like, no. He's like, hey, sit down for a second. These guys put their heart outs out there. They did their job. The pressure on them was great, but we really shouldn't be ridiculing them for what happened. They put, this and that. Because, I mean, let's be real. I think the nature of being an athlete, especially on the college front,
especially in Alabama football,
there's a lot of people, whether it's from ESPN or beat writers, that will sit there and shit on the players like, oh, man, he fucked up, da-da-da-da. And Urban was like, bruh, they're kids.
You sure? You mean Nick Saban?
Yeah, and it's like, hey, like their kids, they put their heart out there. It is what it is. Like, come
Yeah,
on, you know.
I think a lot of people just like they take it greatly out of context. They, of course, oh, you fucked up, you a bum and all the rest of that. I save that when it comes to college kids. The college kids, they're
Yeah,
kids. Is the only reason why I like looking at basketball with my college basketball with my dad, because it's the only time he doesn't straight up cuss out kids. Because
yeah.
my dad will see like, he's sorry as shit. I don't even know why they let you on the team. So he'll say that. Now, if he was a professional, get your ass off this team. You don't need to get paid. You sorry as
Go to the
shit.
G
And
League.
my dad lets the hammer fly with a professional. A college kid, get off the court, son. Sit down, son.
D, my dad, I remember this vividly years ago. You remember when Maryland played Duke, right?
Mhm.
Maryland was up 10 points, 50 seconds left. Now, if you know college
Is this the
basketball,
famous one where Shane Battier destroyed my fucking hopes? Yeah, fuck him.
50 seconds, people, in college basketball is an eternity. Way more
And,
than the
fi-
NBA.
and 50 seconds for,
With a
and I
Duke
mean
squad
this,
that had
and I
Shane
mean
Battier,
this.
Boozer,
With
fucking
thank you
Jay
with
Williams.
Duke.
That
50
was
seconds. That is still a law in college basketball. You don't give Duke a full
and you let
fucking 50
Shane Bat
seconds.
Shane Battier was open 3 times and he drank. Shane Battier was the guy you hated, and it's like he relished a heel turn. Like he relished being a heel against Maryland. He had that smug look, like, yeah, fuck you, Maryland.
You know what the best thing I would give Shane Battier? What I love about Shane Battier is that whole heel moment. He was a heel all through
Oh
college.
yes, he
What
was.
I love was he got humbled in the NBA.
Oh yes, he
And
did.
then you know what happened? He became one of the best off the bench players off. I mean, serious. Shane Battier had a very, very productive NBA career. And as much as you and I hate him, bravo. Shane
My
Battier, the way he carried himself to the NBA, fantastic.
dude,
Fantastic. I can't even hate him.
when he got to Boston with the big three and he was on that squad,
He was
he
on
was like,
Boston?
yes,
You
he
mean he was
was.
on no, you mean he was on Miami. He was on Miami. He wasn't on Boston. He was not on Boston. Now I gotta look it up. See, now you got me looking. Now you got me like Shane
No, my bad. I'm thinking, no, my
Battier.
bad. My bad.
Tier.
When he was on the Heat, when they won their first
Y'all know
championship, my
so.
bad. Yeah, when he was on the Heat, the first championship, like he was like cooking.
Nigga, you
Like
look like a Courtney.
when he was with the Heat, he was, like you said, he was really good off bench for the Heat.
I would say really where it really started for him was when he was on the Rockets. When he was on the Rockets, that's really what happened. This man would end up winning 2 championships, 2 defensive second team. He was second team defense when he was on the Rockets. I forgot about that. He won a national championship only once in 2001, and he has a whole bunch of college awards. In other words, like I said, this motherfucker looked like his middle name is
Dude,
Courtney,
he locked
and he
dog,
looks like a fucking Courtney.
bruh. He locked down Kobe Bryant in the NBA Finals. That was insane.
I'll give him that. Yes, he did.
He
He
was
put
good
on some really
defensive.
tight, yeah, really good defense on him, man.
Yeah,
I will
like I
give him
said,
that.
he had a good 13-year NBA career. That was actually pretty good for him. Like, out of that whole class of people from that time, him, Juan Dixon, Steve Blake, and all them, like he had a pretty good NBA career and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So, like, but yeah, like, you're right. Houston Rockets, he was really like cooking on that squad and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But I
Yeah.
remember when he went to Memphis, and I was like, oh, it's Battier. He's with Memphis, and then Memphis like, yeah, you're going to the Heat, Battier. We're good. So, but yeah, it's like 50 seconds of eternity. I remember my dad was like livid. He was like, yo, Steve, can't play defense. What the hell's going on here? Like, man, that was a day every Maryland Terp fan was sick. Like,
Oh my god, it was long. It was long, but yeah, but like I said, when it comes to this, when it comes to Georgia and Alabama, man, I think like we're gonna get this next year.
oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get it. It's not even
We're getting the same game again. I don't know why
it's
we
like the
sitting
run
here
back.
thinking that it's not going to be the same game next
Like
year.
we're
Yeah.
getting a run back. So on the NFL front here, the NFL week 18 was weird. I was me and Sue, me and Eris was out at the National Harbor that week 18 weekend, and um Saturday I had watched both Kansas City versus Denver and Dallas versus the Eagles. And what was interesting is that Kansas City almost lost against Denver.
Yeah, they should have,
until that
but it's
fumble,
Denver.
by Denver, and it turned the tide, and Denver just all of a sudden they lost any ounce of juice that they had left after that fumble, and it was done. Like the nail
I,
in the
like
coffin was
like
over.
I feel that Denver had no right in even being in the run of the playoffs so long as they did, man. Hey, man, they
Meanwhile, the Eagles was like, "Hey, we're gonna put the Gardner Minshew experience against the Cowboys. Let's see how this goes." And hey,
man, that went nowhere. I look.
it was a tune-up game for Dallas. They needed that and stuff.
That was
Dak,
more of just Dallas needing to win something.
Dak broke a record. He got the most touchdowns in a single game. He beat Tony Romo's record, which
Yeah,
great. Um,
which is something I didn't know he was even fucking chasing. To be honest with you,
I mean, look, ever since
this has been a weird. This has been a weird season. Did you know that? Did you know that Ezekiel Elliott had over 1,000 yards? And I go, where, nigga?
it's 1,000 quiet yards, dude, because I told
These
folks,
were a
I
thousand
told folks
quiet ass
he
yards.
loaded up on a good chunk of those yards the first 7 games of the season before he actually slowed down. So he
Yeah,
already got a bulk of it. So every yards after that was just him chipping away up to that point to where it was like, oh, he got 1,000 yards. Yeah, it was the most quiet 1,000 yards ever. But
I like that has been my problem with Zeke the last few years, that he's barely squeaked over. He has 1,002 yards. A
but
thousand and two
I'm
yards.
glad that Dallas is learning their lesson from DeMarco Murray and some of their other running backs, where they're like, "Hey, we really need a 1-2 punch instead of relying on one running back to do it all." And
But that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't think their offense. First off, their offense is not made like that. But the real problem I'm looking at Zeke is that clearly in 2020 he was hurt and he never got better.
well,
Something
the brace is finally helping them, and it's like, well, damn, you should have set your ass down for like a game, maybe or
And
two.
even with it's kind of funny. I thought he would get more receiving yards. No, he didn't. I thought
That's
he would
going
have got more.
that's going to Wilson.
Yeah, I really thought it would have gone to him, man. Shit, it's just weird where Dallas sits at right now because they can really control their
That's the
destiny, but
sick part.
they can't control their. I mean, not control their destiny. Is that even though they sit where they sit at, everybody say they're beatable. And you want to know the truth? Yeah, we are.
Here's the sick
We're
part,
still
D.
beatable.
Here's
We're
the sick
still
part.
beatable.
Here's the sick part. Unlike a lot of teams, they're not in like COVID is the enemy of Dallas pretty much at this point because all their players are healthy. Like right now, Pollard's coming back off of his plantar fasciitis injury.
No,
His foot.
He's been bad. He's been bad.
Well, he didn't
But
play the Eagles. He didn't play against in the
he didn't
Eagles
play
game.
the
Yes,
plantar fasciitis. I knew it.
fasciitis.
I knew I had.
I
I
know
could say it.
women tend to get that because they wear high heels and it kind of fucks their feet up. But I didn't know dudes get it too. So.
Athletes get that.
Yeah.
Men get the athletic men get that. Anyway,
But yeah, like that Eagles game, everybody was eating, and it clearly sees that Dallas Dallas has some depth in the running back and stuff. It's just a case of how they get utilized on the field. So
it's going to be important, especially in the playoffs, and that's one of the main reasons why I think we're going to be really struggling on offense. And that's why, as much as I still think that we're going to clear the 49ers, I see that being a fucking problem.
somebody said this best.
We got to get the running, or we got to do something just
They
to
said this. They said if Dallas, let's say, I think the 49ers game is going to be close, but Dallas is going to win. If Dallas plays Tampa, I think Tampa's going to beat Philly. That could be a surprise. Philly could win, maybe. I don't know. I don't trust.
Beat Tampa?
Yeah.
Oh no. If Philly beats Tampa, I mean if whoever wins that game got to go play Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I got that mixed up.
We play
whoever's
now,
the Arizona Rams. I forgot Arizona Rams.
Yeah.
But anyway, somebody was saying if somehow Dallas they beat 49ers, if they get past the Rams and they have to play Tampa or Green Bay, if Dallas gets past them, they'll win the Super Bowl. Because it's that hump. They got to get over that hump. But really, to be honest, they got to get past the second round hump.
No, the hump I see is that offense is the offense right now. Which one's showing up?
And the refs.
Which one's now the refs? Come on, that's a variable. You can't predict that. That's a variable. So
hey, look. I'm looking at the cornerbacks and some of them pass interference calls. I'm like, it's not pass interference. He didn't touch the guy. Oh, he didn't look behind him.
I got this being straight up ref ball. I got a couple of these things being anyway.
But
Next game. Let's.
Now here's the thing. Arizona lost to the Seahawks very badly, I might add, and a lot of people are questioning Arizona at this point because
Nah, they shouldn't.
I think they should, because to be honest, look, even though they beat Dallas, I'm like, Arizona wasn't exactly running 100%, and Hopkins ain't going to be back until maybe after the wild card round, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't get their shit together against the Rams, who, by the way, the Rams, if anything, that's the team that has way more pressure than any fucking team in the NFL.
That's what I was
You want to
about
know
to
why?
say.
Because they're loaded up on all that talent, and the last thing you need is you ditched all your first rounds to get all these people, and if you get bopped out of the first round,
You're looking at everything else. You're looking at everything else, Christopher. No, what you need
I
to
mean,
be
Matt
looking at.
Stafford, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. That's the person you need to be worried about.
Which
Because
Matt
see,
Stafford we
I
getting?
think because I really truly think that the defense will show up. I got a feeling that some of this but see, here's the funny thing: the offense is literally going to live and die off of Matt Stafford. See,
Cooper Kupp.
so here's the thing: in Dak's situation, Dak it does fall on him. Let's just be real.
Yeah,
it falls on Dak. He has to be the one to control the whole thing. Dak can win. Dak can proven that he can win. And if it need be, he'll carry the whole fucking team. Matthew Stafford never had none of this. Matthew Stafford had Megatron and shitty coaches. So winning games is not something that's built within him. So the problem, but I think it was very telling though. The way they lost to the 49ers, that was telling, wasn't it? These last few games with the Rams have been very telling.
You let
Matthew,
you let Debo Samuel run wild on you. Why?
Wait, man, Debo had a
he could be
an
locked down pretty
game.
easily. That's why I'm saying. So it's like it's like the Rams just for some reason was just like, we don't fucking care, and I'm like, no, you need to lock his ass down.
It's kind of funny. Their secondary played good, but I think they just got tired. I think something either they
49ers
got tired, they got exposed, something happened, and all of that.
49ers did eat up a lot of clock, so the defense was on the field a lot longer than what they should have. Like it was ridiculous. But the game of the week, easily, bar none. The one that had everybody on Twitter, including myself, jerking ourselves off in excitement. Chargers, Raiders. Let me tell you about a game. Now, let me put it this way. D joked about D. Now, look, a lot of us wanted to see the Steelers not make it if it goes into a tie. I truly believe that the NFL orchestrated that shit until the Chargers coach decided to call a timeout. And I'm like, you dumb motherfucker, they were going to fucking run the clock out.
It really did look like that too. See, that's the problem that everybody was having. That's why I hated it, because it's like, this is the reason why I hate the NFL. This shit looks so scripted.
And yet, I don't think it was scripted. Like, it was just weird shit happened.
I'm not going for the full-on conspiracy theory because I think it's stupid to go for it, because I think it takes a lot of heavy lifting to do scripting in football games. Mm-hmm. But if one thing from that motherfucker that I forgot, that dude that was betting on the NBA games, if there is something I have learned, there's this. That's all you need, a nudge. Mm-hmm. And I have learned that, and that referees often do this without even them knowing it. So, that being said, how much you want to bet Roger Goodell is hitting the Buffalo Wild Wings button going overtime? Like, yo, like it ain't
20, Herbert.
Chris, here's a funny thing. It ain't too much of a stretch, but what no one was expecting. Why did they call a timeout? Why did they call a timeout?
And the sick part was
Derek Carr
was like,
we were going to run the clock out.
Yeah, Derek Carr was like, yeah, we were going to run the clock out.
They were content
on
it being a tie, just for the shenanigans to say, ha ha, Ben Roethlisberger, you didn't make it. Let's do this shit. They were down for it. The refs was down for it. The Raiders down for it. The Rams down for it. Brandon Staley, timeout. What?
Now, here's the sick part.
I'm glad I was asleep. I'm glad I was asleep for that nigga.
Nick Wright, but Nick Wright offered a different perspective I didn't think about. The Raiders went for the win because if they didn't win and if they tied, they would have had to face the fucking Chiefs in the wild card, and they don't want to face the Chiefs right now.
I keep hearing that. But a part
It
of me
sounds
thinks
novel. It really does sound
it
novel.
does, but it sounds too novel because it feels like to me, is that what you guys wanted? You know how Nick, is that what you guys wanted? And Derek Carr, no. I was about to go out there and kneel, and next thing I know, this motherfucker called time out.
So it's like, I guess we run the ball again.
And you want to know the sick part, Chris? If I was the Raiders, let's run up this field and kick a field goal. Fuck these niggas. They don't deserve to win.
Here's the sick part.
Y'all don't deserve to
Here's
win.
the sick part. If the Chargers defense actually did their job and stopped the old boy when he ran the ball, it would have been game over right there. It would have been ended in a tie. But the defense decided, collapse.
I will admit to a lot of people saying that in the beginning of the season, we were seeing brilliant work from the Chargers. I knew it was going to end this way. Denzel, our buddy, you can look at me and say, yes, I did. Denzel, I'm not even being funny on this. I knew this shit was going to happen. Something was going to come down because I told you when you got him, I didn't like Brendan Staley when y'all got him. And I knew it. Somebody was going to fuck it up. It wasn't going to be Keenan Allen. It wasn't going to be Justin Herbert because real talk, I already told y'all, Justin Herbert is going to be the next Jim Kelly, and I need y'all motherfuckers to respect this shit.
My man was pulling shit out of his ass the whole fucking game.
It makes no sense, Chris, that I'm like, the Chargers are going to fuck this up. They did. Wow.
Here's my thing.
The Diamond Dogs don't deserve happiness.
I have a wild prediction for the Super Bowl. Because of recent things, we're going to get Raiders Cowboys for the Super Bowl because John Madden says so.
Now, what I want, God, that is a good one. No, if John Madden said so, if John Madden said so, it will be Green Bay with Brett Favre, and they're playing in Texas Stadium.
Ooh,
there you go. Come on, get it right. But no, the ones I see. All right, now my wild prediction for a Super Bowl, I have two of them. Real talk, the solid one. What I really think, it is just prediction because I don't like going too far on this one. I really truly think it's going to be either, and I can't believe I'm saying this. This is going to be Dallas, or it's either going to be Dallas or it's going to be the Rams. I think it's going to be that because the reason why is because I think Green Bay is so fucking beatable. That being said, I got Green Bay losing, the Buccaneers going to the championship, and the Buccaneers losing there. But I just don't think the Bucs are going to make it. If they do, it's going to be weak.
Their wide receiver. Here's the problem too. It's a case of health.
Chris Godwin ain't playing. He ain't going to be the next game either. He's
Cowboys are getting healthy. Chiefs are getting healthy. This is the perfect time to come back healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, from what I'm hearing, Jerry and them got the Cowboys on fucking COVID lockdown at this point because they are not trying to have they don't want nobody on fucking COVID protocols and missing a fucking game during the playoffs. Everybody is on lockdown at this point.
If they're the AFC, now the AFC team, real talk, I have the shenanigans one. The shenanigans one is Steelers. You want to know why? You want to know why the Steelers make it? Because they have absolutely sucked ass so bad this year that it's going in their favor. I hate to be that person. I don't think it's going to happen, but a part of me thinks that we're going to see Patrick Mahomes on that sideline looking so what just happened. A part of me thinks that's going to happen, and the shenanigans one is is Pittsburgh makes it all the way. But that ain't going to happen.
My dark horse, Joe Burrow bringing Cincinnati into a playoff win.
Everybody really thinks that, man.
That dude's been balling, and I'm like, all right. Okay.
I don't think it's that. I will say this, though.
He'll get a playoff win. He'll get a playoff win. I will give him that.
I will say this, and I need all of y'all to recognize this right now. He's going to lose his game this year, but he's going to be 10 times. He's going to be like a Saiyan. He's going to be 10 times stronger next year. Look the fuck out for Mac Jones next year. I got Mac Jones destroying everybody next year. It ain't going to be this year. It's not going to be this year. He needs to get his ass kicked in the playoffs especially by the Bills. Especially by the Bills.
Sir, you have to
He about,
rephrase. You have to rephrase
yo,
that. You have to
everybody get the fuck out of the way. Mac Jones is going to be a problem next year.
sir, you have to rephrase that. It ain't going to be the Bills, sir. It's not called the Buffalo Bills anymore. It's called the Josh Allen show. Okay,
No. I call
that
it.
man is quarterback, wide receiver, running back, defensive lineman. He's pulling that team on his fucking back
I'll
every
call,
step of the way.
sir. Their name from D is called the Running OJs. Thank you very much. God. Anyway.
Running OJ.
Hey nigga, I lie to you not. People think I joke with that. No, seriously, look at some old clips of Juice. OJ was amazing. For a nigga that didn't really had a short time, like all running backs, had a short time as the best. OJ was insane. OJ wrote the blueprint on how to be a 5-year running back. That's just insanely talented, yeah.
Don't let them Hurts commercials fool you.
Hey, don't let the Hertz commercials don't let them Hertz commercials confuse you. Here's us. It ain't them. It ain't that. Yo, how weird is this world? OJ Simpson, yeah, all that stuff, Antonio Brown. That ain't how you do that. Tom, the one reason why you there in the first place. I never seen this. Juice got a point.
Dude,
Juice got a point. And I love all these people out there with, man, he murdered his wife. And somebody's like, that may be true. But Juice is correct on it.
ever since OJ has gotten out of jail, I said it best. He's been minding his business, playing golf, giving everybody top of the morning words of wisdoms, and fucks off and just goes about his way. That's it.
And
Not bothering nobody.
And the one thing that I will give OJ, especially, come on, he's an old athlete. Of course he is. He still has this real legit love for football. And it's actually so genuine. That's why I love listening to this, man. Man, did y'all see that one game where see, I don't know why they gonna pass on that because the better way, and you think to yourself, OJ, if you never stabbed your wife in the face, you would be on commentary right now.
Oh, he'd be on ESPN easily.
Yes, he would. He was already
right alongside fucking
he right away. Him and all Mike Tirico. Like, wow, OJ, did you see that? Yeah, Mike.
Dude, I swear to God, if OJ wasn't in deep shit with the Goldman family and getting wages garnered, I need Romo and OJ on commentary stacked. I need this.
Why? Just so Romo can make an inappropriate knife joke? Hey, OJ, did you see that glove? Yeah, I saw the glove. It didn't fit.
That would be the best. That's the NBA Ivory dynamic duo right there. Romo and OJ right there. Ratings gold.
Boy, CBS be pissed off and they be wondering why we got all these people that's for this shit. He's and Chris, and D will have to put this back in perspective. This man is a murderer. I'm sorry if y'all think he did. OJ did that shit. OJ did it. It probably wasn't by himself, but OJ did that shit. But that being awesome, because I think AC had a lot to do with it. But anyway, but that being said, I'm like, yo, I want Juice back on television. I think a lot of us
like, how does CBS got better ratings than NFL on Fox? That's crazy.
Yeah, let that murderer on. Like, how's their chemistry? Actually, it's not that bad.
It's very good chemistry. OJ said Romo's like, yeah, OJ said he wanted to come to my house. I couldn't really let that happen.
No. He's like, yeah, OJ said to come to my house. Told the wife told the wife to leave.
OJ gets over there. Where's your wife and kid, Romo?
Boy, how fucked up is that? You were legit friends with OJ Simpson, and you gotta invite that person home, invite him over to your house, which is cool. But your wife is white, so how do you
get that happening? It's like, oh man, but nah, it's just
tell you how to get. I'll tell you how they get.
Dude, let me ask you this. So it's official now that the Washington football team is going to be the Washington Commanders. It's the leaks are just as egregious as fucking comic book movie leaks at this stage and shit. Because
Is
we
it really
see,
going to be Commanders?
oh, dude, there's so much fucking images and stuff online that's legit, where it's the actual Commanders, and I'm like, oh, it really is true. You're going Commanders.
You're going for the Madden 2005
You.
random team names where you create a team name.
I'm the asshole that says they should be the Red Wolves, but you know.
You know what? You know what? As much as I was against the Red Wolves, I want it now. I
I
want.
look,
So
look.
I got a question. I got a question. Got a question again. Again, I'm not going to harp on this because it's about to be old news. Why we run away from the Hogs name? Because y'all do realize that has a lot. That has a lot of tie-in to what y'all were and at y'all greatest. At y'all greatest. Why did we say no to Red Tails? I can answer that question. Red Tails ain't got nothing to do with Washington
It's
D.C.
more Tuskegee.
And I was so sick of all you old black folk, and some of you younger black folk who don't know nothing about Black history
Bro,
telling me that it need to be Red
if they were the
Tails.
Hogs, I had the perfect image. Just a picture of a hog with fucking football shit under it. And yeah, that kind of shit. Boom,
Oh
done.
my God.
Done.
I'm a
Perfect.
Cowboys fan and I'll cop that shit, nigga.
It could be
Just off,
it could be a
nigga,
warthog. I wouldn't give a
nigga.
fuck. Done.
Look, nigga, I'm just being real. Off culture of DC, I'll get it. I would have got that. You mean tell me I gotta wear something burgundy gold that says commander? Nigga, fuck you. I ain't wearing that
Basically
shit.
military style. So I'm like,
Yeah, let's do the two things that, like, you know what? I'm so sick of that, man. You couldn't do nothing to honor the Native Americans of the Washington, D.C. area. You couldn't do that either. You couldn't even do the vague shit and doing some shit where they're dressed up like a native warrior, and you could just call. Nah, fuck all that. Let's go right to the overbloated, overpaid, and don't do shit military, because you know why? That matches the fucking Redskins. Because guess what? That's why I'm still calling you. God damn, I hate that damn
you know what? You know what?
organization.
You know what? You know what? Just
How is it? How is it, Chris? How you keep on doing wash shit is the question I keep on asking.
You know what? Here's my thing. So obviously, when you get to the NFL seasons, coach firings happens. I have very big questions. So
Mhm.
Miami, why'd you fire your coach when y'all had a winning season?
I think Flores was in a damn if he did, damn if he don't situation.
Despite everything that happened, Miami
Despite
did good
everything
this
that
season.
happened, I really feel that losing streak did him in. I think nobody trusted him. Even with that turnaround, I just feel that the organization just didn't have no trust in him, and that sucks.
What about the
Because I
Texans?
think
I'm
I
sorry.
feel like he was built to fail anyway down there, man. Unless he full on went to the playoffs, I don't think he would have kept his job, man. The way he went out is the way I feel about that, man.
Texas coach, I don't get, because he had to deal with a lot of fucking political bullshit that was happening with that team.
Unless they're doing some straight up
Cleaning
gutting
house.
out, yeah, clean the house shit. I don't know. I wouldn't know
Like,
why they got rid
despite,
of him.
like it's weird, because it's like, dog, he got dealt a shitty hand because of the Deshaun Watson shit and all the
Mm-hmm.
politics on the upper management side, and he couldn't really. It's not like he had a say so. It was like, well, fuck.
You didn't know who the hell your quarterback was half the damn game, and you
Yeah,
got
it's
the
like,
best, and he did get the best out of Mills when he could, when he
but
could.
you fire him at the one season, really? Like, look, I maintain straight
It
up.
was none of his fault. Again, him and Flores were in a situation where I just felt they weren't going to win that one.
The
They weren't. They
I,
were built to fail. Unless you went to the playoffs, they were not going to stay.
I feel I maintain this. I know you disagree with me on this. I feel Mike Tomlin, as the only black coach in the NFL, is only there because, one, as with anything black, as much as white people like to scoff at this shit, when you're black in a position of power, you got to be like 10 times better than everybody. And Mike Tomlin, being the only coach to have a winning season every season since he's been there, and they won what, 2 Super Bowls when he was there, or one?
Yeah, one technically, but yeah.
Yeah, one Super Bowl and stuff. Like, that's enough for management to be like, we can't really fire him. He's doing
Two
really
things.
good.
Well, there's one other thing, and I meant to tell you this when I wrote that on. I said he always survived the Hunger Game, the black coach
Yeah,
Hunger
yeah.
Games. The one thing that's really missing out of it is this: Who runs that organization? What organization with he with the Steelers? What do the Steelers have a tradition of? Oh, not firing nobody and not paying nobody. Yeah,
Shit.
so I had to take that in consideration. That's why I'm shocked that he stayed because I'm like, yo, man, Ben's about to be gone. This about to go. They either believe that he can set themselves up to something great next year, or they already looking for another coach and we just don't know yet. But yeah, Mike Tomlin just always survives it because he does good. Dog, how many coaches can say they did what he did, having a winning season?
Mhm.
Belichick can't even say that, nigga.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's impressive.
that's
That is just
yeah.
impressive, bro.
I mean, that is the definition of consistent.
And you know, in all fairness, seeing how long Marvin Lewis kept his job, you damn right. Mike Tomlin needs to keep his job. You know what I mean?
I mean, Marvin
Because
Lewis went to he took the
remember,
Bengals to the
Marvin
playoffs.
never won a playoff. Marvin never won a playoff game.
Took to the Bengals to the playoffs like 5 times and
Five
lost every
times,
time.
never won a playoff game. I do
Uh,
think that is going to change. I think they're going to win their first playoff game. I think it's going to be much needed, and let them celebrate celebration going on over in Cincinnati.
but
I don't think they're gonna get past the first round. I mean after this wild card, but they're definitely winning this one. It's going to be awesome. Watch when
but
they win that game. It's going to be so like, oh,
but hey,
they act
dude.
like they won the Super Bowl.
But the Vikings clean house, so Zimmer's
Good,
gone. Zimmer's gone.
good. The
The
GM's
GM is
gone.
gone. So
Good.
Kirk Cousins is like, "How you like that?" And I'm like, "All right, Kurt,
All right, Kurt.
you're kind of on the chopping block at
Real
this point."
talk, Kurt. Real talk, Kurt. The Texans and Seattle is looking very good for you as a next place to go to. I don't know about Seattle, but
He
yeah.
want, I mean, he said he wants to retire a Viking. So
Okay, Kurt, or okay, Kirkland. We'll think about
you
that.
know what? You know what? Here's the thing. I would say to be fair to Kirk, I understand that because look, when you're part of the former Washington football team and there's so much craziness
Just
there,
you know
being with the
what,
Vikings is a layer of like, oh, there's actually job validity
boy,
here. Oh
and
my god.
you gotta think. There's less venom on that. You know, I don't know. I
No, no,
don't
no.
know. Hold up, I
I would
don't
say it
know.
might be less. Put it this way, I think there's less bullshit with the Vikings compared to the Washington.
Well, only just from a media standpoint, yeah, it's a lot smaller in Minnesota than it is going to be in Washington.
Yeah,
But at the same time, like, are people still cutthroat up there? I don't know the fan base like that, so I want to know. I can't,
I
like,
mean,
it's one thing to say like, oh, if certain people go when you say you gotta go to New York City and be a quarterback, it's tough. You fucking right.
even if
That's
you
New York
quarterback in the
City.
Jets, New York
That's
Jet.
New York City, dog.
Yeah.
That's a huge market, yeah. And anybody on the West Coast, anybody on the East Coast right here is a huge market, and you have to deal
Mhm.
with that shit. So, you know, going to the Midwest, like, well, it might be a little bit easier. Okay, yeah, optically, yeah, but yo, you get there, you get a whole bunch of people calling in the radio station, say Kirk can go fuck himself.
You like that? Fuck
Do
you,
you
Kirk.
like that, Kirk? Oh yeah, don't you know? We didn't win a game in five. Like we didn't win a playoff game, don't you know? Yo, God, they got to be ruthless up there.
Um, Pete Carroll looks like he's going to be back with Seattle. Obviously,
I'm
Russell
actually
Wilson.
shocked,
It's kind of a toss up. What's going to happen with him?
I think Russell, real talk. I think he doesn't want to go nowhere. I think he actually does want to retire a Seahawk. I think he deserves it. If it's in the cards for them to keep him until his retirement, I say they go for it. As for Pete Carroll staying there, Pete Carroll, that's a toss in the air if you think that's a good thing or not.
Yeah,
Because if I could be 100% honest, much like Mike Tomlin, they should be looking for another coach. It's time.
yeah.
It's about
He's
that
been there
time.
for a
It's about
while.
that time.
He's been
Like
there for a while, man.
like I said, as much as I back up Mike Tomlin, I feel the same way. Steelers, I think y'all need to start looking for a new coach. Clean
Yeah,
this
see me Seahawks.
whole fucking. We needed some. You remember when nobody knew how COVID was, so you had motherfuckers just walking indoors with a full on water hose, power washing walls and shit. Yeah, that's what Seattle needs to do. We need somebody to just walk through there
Talk
and just
about,
start power washing everything,
talk
man.
about, dude.
Change it.
There was something real quick. There was something about 2020 and
Mhm.
COVID where I felt insulted as a DC metropolitan resident of the fact that the metro system was so proud of themselves of doing a full top to bottom cleaning. And I'm sitting up there like, are you fucking kidding me? You
I'm gonna be
weren't
real
doing
with
this shit
you.
before? You weren't
It's like
doing this
this.
shit?
It's like, hey, yo, Metro. This ain't 2002 where we go ooh to every fucking thing y'all do.
It's like,
You know what happened? Y'all had six derailments and we stopped trusting you. So
remember that day
then
remember that day they shut down? They shut down all of Metro so they could fix the problem.
I was on the Metro the day that happened. Yes, I fucking know very well. You know what else pissed off everybody? When dudes like, hey, let me get a transfer. A what?
What's the
That's when
transfer?
you fucked up. I don't like
Meanwhile,
to, dog. I'm
even
afraid. Look. As much, I mean it. I really mean it. I'm gonna stop you. I love taking a bus. I actually do. I actually like taking a bus.
Mhm.
I don't like it no more. I don't like it no
I
more.
mean, even New
I
York
just,
resident,
ugh.
Even New York residents was looking at their transit system like, y'all just now started cleaning the subway system. Like,
Yo, I had to get niggas from Chicago. I was like, yo, Corey's like, that's real nice that y'all clean and shit. That's nice. But that was what was that like 3 in the morning they was doing that shit. In
yeah,
Chicago, the trains were still running and on time. Corey, you can kiss my ass. Because I wish I was in Chicago right now with that system than what I got right here.
nah, not the metro system that gets defunded by the government because they're like, oh, you guys can run on duct tape and hopes and dreams. It'll be fine.
Come on, man. Like all you need is just
Vibes,
Pentagon. All you need is just a Pentagon,
gallery place,
Arlington Cemetery, Union Station.
gallery place. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh! I live in Wheaton, so you need the one in Wheaton.
I'm sorry, as a person, D. Let me ask you this:
Hmm?
what's with that last stop, all the way on the other side of Wheaton? That last stop after Wheaton. I'm like,
Which one? The
ah, fuck.
not Shady Grove,
I
not
think it's
Shady
like Gwen
Grove.
Oak or some shit like that. It's past Wheaton. It's like you get off at the stop. You're like, where the fuck am I again? Like,
Yeah,
huh?
like it's like
Huh?
it's like you're on the edge of the outer banks of the DMV.
Montgomery County,
Yo,
white
you think
people
it's
here.
Man, it's like that going to Vienna. Vienna's the same way. It's like, is this still DC? Yeah, it still technically is. 5 miles that way, but yes, it is.
Sir, that's
No,
foul.
I think if you're in Vienna, you're officially out of the DMV.
Oh, sir, sir. When you get to the resting fucking damn
Oh, actually, that's what
metro.
I'm saying. Reston. When you in Reston, you're not in DC no more. You're officially in Virginia.
Like
You're
look,
all the way in Virginia.
I took the bus from fucking Dulles all the way to Reston to take the train all the way back to fucking Branch Avenue to get picked up coming from Comic Con one weekend, one on a Monday. And I was like, dog, that was the longest fucking train ride in existence. I slept halfway there and shit.
Dog, how you think I felt? I was going to work one day and I fell asleep on the train. Doo doo. Like I wake up dullest. No, no.
Your
I
heart,
freaked.
your heart collapsed like, oh,
I didn't.
oh.
Actually, now that I remember, it wasn't it wasn't me going to work. I get back home, Angie. So how the interview go? It didn't go. Anyway, so
But anyways, but going back, so it's just that's happening. The Lions, admirable effort against the Packers. They're I think that team they got something there. I don't think anybody's getting fired.
man,
Good. I don't
I'll
think the
be
coach is
honest
getting
with you.
fired. I don't think he
I'll
is
be
getting
honest
fired.
with you. No, Dan Campbell ain't getting fired, but he will get fired next year because they're only going to win 5 games next year. Oh, I have no faith in the Lions, none. I think there's a lot of like real strong people that are going to get traded to teams that are going to be awesome, but I don't think it's happening with Detroit.
I got Detroit going 9-8 or 8-9 next year.
Nope. 5 games. It's going to be
Mm.
5
You know what?
fucking
You know
games.
what? I'll take it a step further. 7-10.
Okay.
That's admirable. It's a nice
I
number.
guess.
7.
But
Um,
yeah, I think
Jaguars, they got a lot of cleaning up to do. I like
Jaguars do. But we need to stop right here real quick because that was spectacular. That
Now,
was amazing.
Car-
How
Car-
do you
Car-
think?
Car-
How do you
Carson,
think I feel? How do you
Carson,
think I feel? How
Carson,
do
what?
you? Why
Carson,
did you wince?
Carson. All you had to do was just don't fuck up.
You didn't
Keep it
have to.
simple. Keep it
You
simple.
winced. He
Keep it simple.
winced.
He wins. You let that.
Carson winced. Are you fucking serious?
You let Trevor Lawrence look like the Colts made Trevor Lawrence look like the greatest quarterback ever. My man,
And you know
dude,
what the best thing?
Trevor
Jonathan
Lawrence.
Taylor didn't do shit.
Trevor
I
Lawrence.
knew when he didn't do nothing, I was like, oh my God, the offensive line has broke. This
Trevor,
is amazing.
Trevor Lawrence, for the first time in his NFL career this season, broke 200 yards. 223 yards.
Do you know that all they had to do,
Win and you're in.
they had to do,
Win
Chris,
and
was
you're
just
in.
get positive yardage.
That's it. That's it. Run the ball. Do what you got to
They
do.
didn't have to, Chris, they didn't have to do nothing fancy. Just run forward, gain yards. That's all you need to do. You know what? If they held onto the ball, if there was time management, fire everybody. You know what? Frank Wright doesn't need to get fired, but his job is on the line from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Wright has proven to me these last 2 years he's a flash in the pan as a coach, and I don't fire him. Wait till the end of this next season. I mean it, because Frank Wright, I already can just tell this motherfucker's he's gonna.
Man.
Colts suck. The Colts suck.
Now here's my thing. I have a wild card in terms of the playoffs and stuff. King Derrick Henry is coming back. I have the Titans. If they play their cards right, they could maybe go deep, possibly.
Oh, I got them getting bullied by whoever.
Now they got to
comes out
buy.
that game.
They got to buy. But
I got them getting bullied by either. It's
either
going to be the Chiefs going to just throw them to death, or somehow, some way, Steeler football is going to manifest again, and they're just going to lock them.
Yeah, because they get the winner of the Pittsburgh Kansas City game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
Yeah, one of them two is going to give them an eye opener, and I'm pretty sure they're like, we don't want Kansas City, but it might end up being Kansas City.
They don't want the Chiefs. They don't want the Chiefs. And here's the sick part. Y'all don't want the Steelers either, because the Steelers suck so bad that they can beat teams like you.
Because if you know the Titans tend to do Titan stuff where they play down to their opponents, and the last thing you want is to go down to the Pittsburgh Steelers level when you know you're better than the Steelers.
I just got a feeling we're going to be laughing our asses off at the end of that game. I just know that they're going to lose. I just know they are.
Now, for the games, Saturday, we got Vegas at Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati on this.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati too. I think but here's the funny thing. That being also said, I have this feeling that the Raiders are going to make a really good game because they're going to go all out.
Yeah,
I think. And here's the funny thing: because the Raiders are going to go all out this game, but they fuck around and win it, they're going to get destroyed the next game.
New England at Buffalo. Now this is the kicker.
Like I said,
Buffalo has
New England to lose this one.
Buffalo has a shot to really punch New England in the mouth, but I have a feeling they're going to put everything on Josh Allen's back, and it's going to be to their detriment.
They're going to have to, and I think that's going to be they're going to have to let Josh Allen go ahead and win the game the way he has to, because I don't think they can beat the Patriots straight up the way they've been playing the last 5 weeks.
Now here's the thing.
So they're going to have to pull out everything on that one.
The weakness of the Patriots is they're not good at playing from behind. So if Buffalo gets up on them, they're fine.
Again, I need them to lose this so Mac Jones can go from a 78 to a 90. I was going to say
CD. I was going to say 78 to like an 86.
This nigga going to be a straight up 90. The way we see Justin Herbert is the way we're going to see him this next year. I'm dead serious. Woo. I am a Mac Jones fan. When we played that motherfucker, he took them sacks like a goddamn man. I was like, there's something in you, young man. I saw in Alabama, I was thinking to myself, maybe not. It's here. It's here. Belichick is gonna pump that shit out of him next year. I'm telling you, it's
I get,
gonna
I
be
get,
nasty next year, nigga.
I get sunshine from Remember the Titans vibes from Justin Herbert every
I
time I
do
see
too.
him.
I do too. I do too.
um, Eagles and Tampa, the 1 o'clock game on Sunday. That's going to be
But
interesting.
that's
That
a Sunday game.
mhm.
Mm.
That's Sunday 1 p.m. That's going to be an interesting game because I don't trust Jalen Hurts, but like I don't think it's going to be as much of a wash as people think it's going to
I
be.
think it is. I look. I put it to you this way. I don't. They're gonna score. It ain't
If they
gonna be
keep
a.
it
It ain't
close,
gonna be a blowout, but they're not
here's
gonna
the,
be close.
the kicker is this, and this is the rule of thumb when you play against Tom Brady. If it gets to a point that you have a lead, do not give Tampa Bay any time on the clock to do some shit. That's the only thing you got to do. Don't give them no
And here's
time.
the funny thing. I don't think that Tampa. I want to say Tampa Bay. I don't think that the Eagles have the type of defense to play do what the Saints did to Tom Brady twice this year. Pretty much have him throwing like a fucking idiot. So and Tom has done that a lot. He kind of did it with the Cowboys. The Cowboys was his first game of the season. Nobody went ready, but I I don't think they got the defense to make Tom
I mean, we
Brady do
saw
it.
in the
Oh,
yeah.
Tom is going to make a mistake. He's going to make a nasty mistake. It's going to happen like in the second quarter. He's going to throw a pick, and it's going to hype up every Eagles fan, and it's going to be a problem
And
for
the
that
and the, and
point
the
to the
sick
rest of the game.
and the sick
They're
part
going
is,
to win, but still.
and my thing is this: the sick part is that the Eagles aren't gonna capitalize on that one mistake, and that's gonna be the death knell for them. Because here's the thing: you get an interception on time, you better cash in for a touchdown.
You better. On,
No
on,
field, not a field
it's
goal.
so funny.
Fuck a field goal. You need a touchdown.
It's
Fuck
so
that field goal.
funny. Like everybody say, "Oh, man, you got to do it on them." No, it ain't them. It's the quarterback you got to worry about. In this case,
Oh,
yeah, don't do
and,
that to Tom Brady. Tom was like, "You didn't score on me. You stupid as fuck."
also, if you happen to have a tall person on your squad, put them on Gronk. Don't put some 5'5" dude on
No, that
Gronk.
don't work either. That don't
Oh,
work
don't. Oh,
either.
don't. It
No, no,
don't.
no, no, no,
Mm,
no, no. I've been
mm.
telling you this all season, Chris. Steel pole in your fucking arms. That's the only way. Like I feel
I
like a
thought Diggs did
taser.
okay. I thought Diggs did okay against Gronk
It's
in the first
Gronkowski.
game.
It's Gronkowski, dog. He's gonna get 40 yards,
And
and you're
Diggs
gonna
is
be
like
like,
my
"How did
height.
he do it?"
And Diggs is like my height. I know Gronk is like 6'6", but
It ain't that. It's like I said, Gronk is a fucking. It's like see when you got
he's a
see
meathead.
he's a fucking tank. He's the literal definition of a tank. This motherfucker is hard to take. He's literally hard to take down. Oh yeah, you can take damage out like all tanks. You can kill that you can kill his fucking
Get him
bar.
down to 1 HP.
You can kill that bar like a motherfucker, but he is going to be a problem. So, like I said, I just don't think the Eagles got the defense to really stop them the way
Um,
we think they can.
funny thing is, technically, Dallas actually has home field advantage except for the NFC Championship game.
Oh yeah,
but
whatever.
also technically too, because of COVID, AT&T Stadium might be the second destination for the Super Bowl. Apparently, not SoFi Stadium, and I'm laughing.
What?
Oh, because
There are no Chris. There are 4 stadiums in LA you can go to: the Coliseum, SoFi,
sir,
StubHub, and if need be, you can take your ass out to
nah,
motherfucking
they were like,
Anaheim, nigga.
nah, they were
You
like,
have 4 stadiums, all right?
they need something equivalent to SoFi at AT&T Stadium fit the bill. And
Then take your ass to the fucking Coliseum, nigga. But where the
they're-
Coliseum is not with him,
part
COVID,
of,
nigga.
but part of me feels because Texas has been zero fucks given about COVID since I don't know 2020. They're like, all right, yeah, if the governor gets on his bullshit, we can just take
You
it
say
down to
2020. Remember that nigga had Ebola? He was coughing on everything down there, nigga. Come on now. Texas don't give a shit.
But San Fran is playing at Dallas. I think that's going to be a close game, but like I think, like you said, everything is dependent on the tone that Dak sets for the offense.
Yeah, that's going to be really weird. I really think Dallas have to score in this. The problem about Dallas score is that their offense does this thing. Like I said, they stall, and the first quarter is left on the defense doing the first half is left defense doing all that they can to slow them down until Dak decides. And I hate saying it like that, but I'm being really objective when I look at it. when Dak decides he wants to wake up and act like a fucking quarterback.
Sir, that's DeMarcus Lawrence looking at Dak like, nigga, what the fuck?
That's everybody looking at him.
The
No,
whole
but do you know
defense looking at him like,
nigga, we just seen Dak enough that Dak will like, I don't know what's working. And
oh,
then the fourth quarter, 8 minutes left. There's Dakota.
here's what have you rolling, right? When they did the Dallas the behind the scenes stuff with the on the sideline shit, right? When they were playing against the Redskins, right, the first time. The whole collective defense when Dak threw that interception with 6 minutes left, right? The whole defense just looked at him like, this nigga. God damn it. Like, you can see, they didn't necessarily say this nigga, but the look of
they did. They did. They did.
God damn
they
it.
did. I knew
God
like,
damn it.
Because, like I said, it's not the worst. It's not the worst when you have a good quarterback that's fucking up.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't like they hate Dak. It's like, God damn it, Dak. God damn it.
Like, dang, man, these niggas is coming for us today. And your ass over there, who knew? I can't find Jason Witten. You know, I don't know what the fuck you doing, though.
Yeah, but I mean, but also too on the 49ers side, hey Cal, you're gonna have to get past being one note because everybody knows your shit.
I have to be honest with you. I think if anything, I think the way that San Fran wins this game is very simple. It's going to have to be through their offense, and because I don't
can't stop shit.
Not to say that I'm not scared of the defense, but come on, dog, y'all, come on, we can score on you.
Their run defense is suspect. Their like the offense is like the pass rushes.
And even then, like I say, even then, it's a weird mix because I do like their front line at the 49ers have, but they really want to have to get around Dallas.
But the offense though,
if they
stop Deebo Samuel, it's like, oh shit.
Here's the thing. Actually, we all worry about Deebo. We're worried about that running offense. That running offense, they get away from motherfuckers really quick.
All it takes is one missed tackle and 10 yards.
So,
like, what?
So I'm gonna put it to you this way. I'm gonna be real with you. I think we're either gonna blow these motherfuckers out or it's like unnecessarily close.
Come on, Zerliner kicking a game-winning field goal, and I'm like,
oh, don't look. You know what? Let's get it out the way. God, I hope it don't happen, but I hope this don't happen. But might as well say it now. Hey, Zerline's missing one kick, and it will take us to overtime. Here's the funny thing, and I said this all season to everybody on this show. Do you know how frustrating it is to have a kicker that can kick anything, that can kick far, that can kick at angles, can do all these things?
He ain't Justin Tucker, but yeah.
Like, yeah, he ain't just like Tucker, but come on, like, this motherfucker is an experienced, knows what the fuck he doing kicker. How you think we feel every time this motherfucker misses?
My butt clenches.
Field goal.
Dude, it could be an extra point. And my butt clenches. Like, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make
a regular 20-yard extra point? How do you think that? What do you think goes through every Cowboys fan's mind?
He missed it against the Eagles. When he missed it against the Eagles, I was like, oh God, no. The
one I was looking at that when it happened during the Raiders game, I was like,
that's gonna bite us in the ass.
Fuck the whole team.
It's gonna bite us in the ass.
This whole team.
It's gonna bite us in the ass. And what happened? End of the game, bit us in the ass.
3 things D worries about. The offensive line, because real talk, it's aging. It's aging, and there's a lot of young guys that got potential, but good Lord, it's not.
They need time.
It's like this. It's either not here yet, B, won't be here yet until 2 years, or C, we're all just jerking off. We really think they don't got it at all.
And clearly Zach Martin is holding that fucking offensive line together.
Zach Martin out there trying his best to stay out there, because I think, real talk, and it matters how high they climb this year. If we make it to the NFC championship, real talk, if I'm Zach, I'm retiring. If I make it as far as the NFC championship, I'm done.
Oh, dude. If Dallas wins the Super Bowl, Zach Martin at that Super Bowl celebration be like, yeah, man,
Zach and Tyron Smith like, yeah, we done. We got our ring. We done. Both of those brothers are going into the Hall of Fame anyway. They both of them first ballot Hall of Famers. They done. I know they done. But that's what I'm saying. I'm worried about our offensive line. I'm worried about Mike McCarthy being Mike McCarthy, and I'm worried about Greg Zuerlein. Those are the 3 things I'm worried about.
I think McCarthy.
Here's the funny thing about all 3 of them. very functional when they're working.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, look, I take away from the Arizona game, for instance. If McCarthy didn't freak out and call that timeout, we could have got that fumble thing reviewed and we probably would have won. But that's a what if at that
I
stage,
think that was
you
a
know?
big what if because I think even if he did take a time out, I think it would have changed
Yeah.
nothing. I
So,
just got this feeling it would have changed
but you're
nothing.
right. But you're
That
right.
was a loss. That was just a
But,
loss that we had to
but
eat.
you're right though, because the only thing I don't want Dallas is doing stupid shit like, say they get stopped and it's 4th and 1 on their side of the field, and McCarthy gets all frisky like, yeah, we're gonna go for it. I'm like, no, don't do
Which,
this.
which here's the funny thing about Mike McCarthy, and I think a lot of people don't give him credit for this. Mike is pretty good at that. He is pretty good at. Okay, yeah, we can get it. Do it.
Yeah.
And we get it.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
I will give
95% of
Mike
the
that.
time,
I will give Mike that.
95% of the time this season, it has worked in our favor. So I'll give him that. It's the other 5% when it doesn't happen. I'm like,
And you know, I hate to when it comes to Mike McCarthy, when it comes to that style of coaching to me, I'm with it. I'm all for the who dares wins type of attitude when it comes to certain shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like fuck it, do it. It's like fuck it, do it. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like it's 4-for-1. I'm on the 41 of R41. Yeah, run it.
Go for it. Fuck it.
Go for it. Run it. Now we're on their 41 and we're winning it. Chill. Fucking chill.
He did
Why
that.
Are you on the other side?
He did that twice this season. I'm like, what are you doing, McCarthy?
Wait a minute. Didn't Brandon Staley did that in the last game? Didn't they go for it like on the 30-yard line or some shit? We was like, what are you doing?
Hey, nigga, it's second quarter. What are you doing?
It's second quarter.
Chill.
I don't chill, bro. I don't break out
too
that
much
rule
dip on your chip, brother.
I don't break out that rule to the third quarter. Why are you in the middle?
Dude, everybody on Twitter, it was funny. I was like, dog, he got too much dip on his shit to be going for it in the second quarter like that, dog.
Nah, man, that
dude, when you
like, oh,
when
tits
you got,
out, nigga, let's do this shit.
Dude, when you got Chris Collinsworth, like, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, this is a guy that's not thinking.
Yo, he said a variation of that too. Like, I don't know, man.
All right, now this is a guy right here that's not thinking.
But if it works, he's a genius.
I mean, Chris Collinsworth kills me with that because shit don't make sense to Chris Collinsworth. Because here's the thing: I will give Chris Collinsworth this. He's a former wide receiver. He's an all-star wide receiver. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. Okay, so you look at the pattern right here. What is this? Like when it genuinely confuses Chris Collinsworth, I am totally in his.
But also, he be saying
shit makes sense.
But also, he be saying dumb shit like, "Oh man, this is the first time ever this happened." To everybody's like, "Hey, guy, that happened like last week on Monday Night Football. What are you talking about, Collinsworth?"
Look. When it comes to that shit, he enters Michael Cole rules for D. This is a 3-hour broadcast. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, to be fair, D, you're right.
Game. This is gonna be a long game for you and me. So shut up.
You know what? You're right because I had to do that. I had to do that for Witten's 1 year of being on commentating. Like, oh, Witten.
Nigga, I did that with Booger McFarland every time. So Booger, what do you think? Well, guys, as you know, there's 11 people on the offense and 11 people on the defense.
Crack kills, ladies and gentlemen.
I love how Booger McFarland. They gave Booger McFarland his own like carrying over death. Look, it's so sick because real talk, when we talk about this 15 years from now, people gonna be talking about they should have went for that Joe. That was cool as fuck. Y'all never heard Booger McFarland on commentary, have you? I know it. My son's gonna look at that shit like, yo, that's cool as fuck. He's like, here, let me tell you a story about Booger McFarland. This dude was a brilliant football player. That's where it stopped.
CTE, son. CTE.
CTE, son. CTE. CTE, years of white men telling you, take another bump, son. You be all right.
Speaking of which, I have a sick feeling, D. As much as I'm saying the Chiefs are going to beat the Steelers, we might get that moment of Patrick Mahomes having the lost look on his face like, how the fuck did we get here?
I'm telling you, that's D's prediction. That's all I'm staying with. I got the Chiefs winning, but I'm here for the shenanigans. I am here for the shenanigans.
I'm going to sit here laughing my ass off at the Mahomes has a good law. He has a good how the fuck did we get here? Look, every time they lost during the regular season,
Light skinned people with really hazy eyes make those faces very
actually,
well, don't they?
the best one was when Baltimore came back on them, and Mahomes was like, "The fuck, the fuck." We were just up by like 20. What happened?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. Still the football is going to be a thing for at least one more week, and then we can finally put a bullet in the back of Ben Roethlisberger's career's head.
Did you see the video of this guy that did like an impersonation of Mike Tomlin with the wide eyes look?
Nah.
When he started off the video, he had the Jergens lotion. And just did the whole Mike Tomlin shit. You know how Mike Tomlin's chewing gum and he's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it just had that
Mike
look.
Tomlin always looked like he done did some push-ups before, and he's like bouncing around to keep his blood flowing. He always got that movement going on, don't he?
Yeah, it's like the way this guy did it, it was perfect. I was like, yeah, that's Mike Tomlin, easily.
Man,
That's gonna be an interesting game right there. But I think the one that's gonna get me, Arizona and Los Angeles is gonna be the Monday Night Football
that's going to be
game.
the big one. That's going to be the big one, and I
Whew.
mean that because
I think that's gonna go on overtime.
That's going to determine that game's going to determine a lot about the NFC Championship to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm dead serious about that. I really do have it being Dallas or LA. And that really, if I'm gonna tell you this right now, if Arizona wins it, Dallas don't have a chance the following week. I'm being real. I think they know how to beat us. So
My thing
LA,
is
we have a better chance against LA than we do the Cardinals.
LA. I would say this: LA has more pressure on them than Arizona, personally.
Oh yeah, way more pressure on them,
Especially Matt Stafford with all the expectations that's been delivered. Like you said, all the expectations levied on him with him. Because let's be real, I think Tree said it best too. I think all of us have said it. We always had this thing of like, oh, if Master Stafford had like more weapons and stuff, he'd be fucking dominant, dynamo and stuff.
It's so funny that we always say that about certain people, not knowing that the system is still not their friend. You know what I mean? So we keep on forgetting that. Like a good example, a lot of people said that about Barry Sanders, and I had to get an old head to ask me. I asked him, I was like, yo, yeah, like, what do you think about that? He said, if Barry Sanders had Emmitt Smith's blockers, man, he'll just get probably 100 more yards. That's about it. Because Barry Sanders is still going to be Barry Sanders. It's not going to change up nothing. You just gave him one extra block. We seen Barry run over niggas with blockers and run over people when he had nobody blocking.
He was
at
probably
all.
way more. He was. I mean, me being the Emmitt Smith stand because obviously I'm a Cowboy fan. The reality was like, yo, Barry Sanders was a bit more dynamic than Emmitt Smith.
And also, what I really got it broken down was they're two different running backs.
Oh yeah.
If it was way more power, way more, I'm going to run you over. Barry didn't wrote.
Barry would juke you out your fucking shoes.
Yeah, Barry was like Juice. Barry was just like OJ. How can I outrun you? And that's really what you got with two running backs. Like that's what we see with Zeke. Zeke is I'm gonna run through you. Pollard is like, let me dart around your ass.
It's like Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith on the same team.
One of the most very, very, it's hard to combine those two. You've seen in people like Marshall Faulk, another person I like to bring up. If he didn't ruin his own career, Le'Veon Bell was like that. Le'Veon was one of the Bama's that I say run niggas over. But then if you told him to fuck around in the backfield, doink, 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 gone.
Mm-hmm.
Priest Holmes is like that. Priest Holmes is like that too. Priest was a
and the sick part is that Barry Sanders took care of himself so much that I think that's what saddened a lot of us as football fans when he decided to retire instead of going to another team.
Exactly.
Because it's like, dude, you were healthy. You were perfectly healthy.
Yeah, of course. It's a what if. You know, you want to really know what happens if you gave this person a line, if you gave this person an extra wide receiver.
Like, what happens if you put him on like a team that's like prime for the Super Bowl? Like, what would have happened? And,
the best example of this, it could have worked, but God was like, nah, I like the irony way too much, was Randy Moss. When Randy got with Tom Brady.
That should have been perfect.
That was perfection, bro.
And nothing. They
Perfection.
was just like, nah,
Nothing.
not in the cards. Not in the
Not in
cards.
the car. It happens, but it was one of those what ifs. It's one of those what ifs we got to see play out though. Those years was amazing. I will even go so I won't go that far because it wasn't a dream match. But if you look at the numbers, holy shit, Tony Romo and T.O. was incredible. Incredible. When this dude got the ball and he said, oh, he dropped it a lot. Yes, T.O. dropped it a bunch of times that season. But you know what he also did? The second he grabbed that thing, he went for 25 yards before you pull that nigga down. T.O. was still a beast. And all right. And this is one of the things we can use to wrap this up real quick. T.O. showed up to practice. He's not AB. Can we stop? The word diva has damned a lot of cornerbacks and wide receivers. Okay,
T.O. wasn't
true.
that guy. T.O. was just a
T.O. was a
dude.
diva. T.O. was a diva. Let's
Yeah.
make that very
He
clear.
just wasn't AB level.
But let's put it this way: every time he did some shit, it had a purpose. Even with that dumb thing I hated so much to this day, I hate, that's my quarterback. I know why he did it. I know exactly why you did that.
Want to stay with Dallas?
He wanted to stay with Dallas. Number one, he wanted to stay with Dallas. He wanted to make that money again. And also, you just had to say something, did you, T.O.?
But also, too, the fact that everybody made it.
It's funny. It's like you cannot compare these two. He showed up to work.
Yeah.
He showed up to
despite
work.
This,
and
despite,
I appreciated that with
and the
T.O.,
thing
man.
is, it was weird. It was weird that they still try to make it seem as though him and what's his face, the Eagles quarterback,
Donovan McNabb. Oh,
Donovan
they got real beef. I don't know what
I
their
heard they
beef is,
squashed it though. But I heard they squashed that shit.
It's Donovan McNabb. Did they really squash?
This way, I heard they
I don't know.
squashed it to a degree of squashing it to where it's like, all right, what are we really bitching about here? Like,
Yeah. I think at this point, I think I will say this: Donovan still holds some resentment, but for the most part, they're done. It's a beef that happens over time, man. And even with them, it was still fucking insane. Here's the problem with AB. He had these moments with Ben, and real talk, he was right. Ben wasn't trying to throw it to him. And every single year after that, he either two things happened. A, he proved everybody was right. Ben really was trying to fuck him over. But also, I agree with Ben why he didn't throw to your ass. I wouldn't throw to your ass either.
It's like, nah, that's not happening.
We aren't going to win the game. Yeah, I know. Because this motherfucker obviously thinks he's a quarterback and not show up to goddamn practice and then want to do this or that. This motherfucker showed up in a helicopter that one year. The second my wide receiver showed up in a helicopter, I'm gonna call him a bitch the whole season. Like, yeah, whatever. But like I said, I had to get that out, man. Like I understand that we had it. Like, we're Dallas fans. A lot of us still have kind of weird feelings about T.O., where he fall at when it comes to the greatest Dallas Cowboys of all time. And yes, there should be debate about that amongst Cowboy fans, but I think a lot of us realize one thing: that motherfucker came here to play. He didn't play around. And if the cards were in better shape for the Cowboys, aka Jerry Jones gave a fuck at that time, they could have done something really special. They could have done something really special.
Also, as I always said, Brett Favre is what happened, and he killed any Cowboys chances that year. I think on that every year of the fact that Brett Favre really said, "All right, Green Bay, you got rid of me. Hey, Vikings, what's up?"
Like I said, like the Raiders, when we beat the Eagles that year and tore them apart, like, yes, who we get to play next? The Vikings. They're gonna fucking destroy us, and they did.
Brett Favre was a man on a mission.
To the Raiders this year.
Brett Favre was a man on a mission that year. It made me sick. I was like,
and that motherfucker didn't win nothing with it.
Didn't they? Who they lose in the NFC Championship too? They lost to somebody in NFC Championship game.
God damn. Was it the year the Bears went to the Super Bowl? No, it wasn't.
No. It might have been. It wasn't the Giants. No,
it wasn't the Giants. Yes, it was the Giants.
Yeah, it was because the Giants were
they
were road warring it that year.
No. The year they road warrior, we were the first team they took out. So no.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't that year. I don't know what it was. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
I ain't about to do this.
Either
We
way,
got that.
Brett Favre got denied a Super Bowl. He retired after that year, so it was done.
All
And
right.
then we find out he was MAGA, and it's like, mm, uh,
Okay. So I'm gonna put this out here. The next I don't know if the next show we have, but um before the end, we're gonna have two. God damn, we're gonna have two movies. Like I think either 2 weeks in a row, because at the end of the season, at the end of this month, I got me and Chris doing Little Giants, a story of Rick Moranis
Al
versus his,
Bundy.
I'm gonna say versus his childhood bully Al Bundy. This movie, God, I haven't seen it in years, Chris. You probably remember better. It's not bad, right?
It's a typical kid sports movie,
It's a
complete
kid
with
sports movie.
cameos from everybody, including one John Madden and Pat Summerall.
Fuck
With
yes.
the John Madden bus, sir. You remember when John Madden had the John Madden
The
bus?
touring, the Madden bus, yes.
He came there with
God
the Madden
damn.
bus to watch
We
the
didn't mention
game.
the Madden bus when we was mentioning all the stuff about John Madden last time. We
The
didn't
Madden
mention the
bus,
Madden bus,
the
yes.
Madden bus was look. I remember even when I had Madden 98, the Madden bus was featured in like the opening of Madden 98. Like the Madden bus was just as like special
And
as like the Madden all Madden team. It was
I
just
love that thing. For anybody that don't know, John Madden he did not like to fly. He hated
Mhm.
flying. He wasn't in a plane crash or nothing like that, was he?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but whatever it was, the motherfucker didn't fly. He didn't do the Pro Bowl. He famously did not want to do the fucking Pro Bowl because, like, no, that requires me to get in the goddamn plane. Fuck you, I'm not doing it. So Madden and Pat Summerall will actually drive
That's
around the
what
country
happened.
in that bus.
That's what happened.
What happened?
The college that he graduated from, the plane carrying the football team crashed and
Mm-hmm.
killed 22 people, and that's why he's like, yeah, nah,
Yeah, I understand that.
yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, he's like, you can either be two people. You can either be John Madden or you could be Ric Flair, where it's like, I ain't died a plane crash. I'm gonna always be in the plane. Woo woo and shit like that. So he's one of the two.
Yeah.
But I think, but yeah, that's cool. God dang, I forgot they were in the movie. I remember them being in the movie, so that's gonna be a cool little thing. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna be do that, and the following, we already got our Super Bowl special. Like last year, we did a movie for our Super Bowl special. We already have it saved for this year. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what it is. Is it football related? No, no,
Nah.
it ain't. No, it ain't. But I'm gonna tell you this: it ain't a bad movie. Not in the least is it not a bad movie. It's
All
probably one of the best movies in the last few years. So
right.
think about that. Think about that for some people that won't know what it is. Man, anyway, anything else before we get about it?
Nah, that's it. That is it. So yeah, that is it. And we'll see you at the wild card weekend to see if everything came to pass and whether we're going to be A, sad Cowboy fans, or B, all right.
We're gonna be happy Cowboys fans.
I think we are going to be happy.
I think we are. I think we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose that fucking game, man. We're gonna lose that game.
I'm not trying to hear people sit there
No,
and say,
I'm not.
nah.
Yeah, I'm putting no voodoo on my team. Not this year. It's either we getting out the Super Bowl or you knocking us out right now.
First off, I got DeMarcus Lawrence in that defense hazing the fuck out of Dak Prescott with soap and socks. Like, you better not fucking hit a goddamn interception.
I got this feeling that Dak will get hurt and Cooper Rush had to come in and Cooper fucks it up like terribly. And they're just fucking white boy ginger ass motherfucker.
Dak
all four of the running backs jumping that nigga. Zeke yelling, fight back, motherfucker, fight back. Fight back.
Happened to that Minnesota Vikings magic.
I just always like when niggas get jumped. There's always one random nigga, and it's always, and I learned this, is always the one that's barely hitting you. Fight back.
Like, nigga, I'm getting jumped by four of you guys. There's no win here.
It is always the one who only tagged you once. Yeah, fight back, nigga. You're not doing nothing.
Nothing at all. Anyways, that is it for this. So we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Next